So I spent 10 months at the Earth Institute at Columbia University, and prior to that I'm doing my PhD in Hungary at the Providence University at the Environmental Management Department. And I really felt that Fulbright was, I tried to come up with a motto for my presentation. It was like a trademark of excellence. I felt that after I received the opportunity to spend the school year in the States, I tried to apply to Columbia. I contacted one professor because I wasn't enrolled in a program. I went to do research there in my topic, and I felt that as soon as I wrote that I'm a Fulbright scholar, everyone was open and were happy to have me. And I had that impression during the 10 months I was in the States. So I really felt that the Fulbright was something that changed the way how I see the U.S. and they were really welcome and warm with me. I was doing research at the Earth Institute, and I got a job opportunity at the end. And I also got a research opportunity at MIT in Boston. And so that's what I would like to talk about in the next few minutes. And I took part in a Fulbright enrichment seminar in Texas, San Antonio. And I don't want to speak much about the everyday life in New York, because Lottie already did that, and he showed all the pictures, and I had the same impression that it's really a city that never sleeps, and it was full of programs, and there were two institutions that were organizing programs for foreign scholars or students. One was the Metro International, for those of you who are going now to the US, and the other one was IIE, the Institute for International Education. And I really had the chance to discover the city and to go for cultural events, and also Columbia University was a place for also for excellence, like Fulbright is. And I was surprised how different it is from my Hungarian home university, that it's really an intellectual forum. Every day there are presentations and there are lectures I can only read about in the newspaper when I'm in Hungary. I was, for example, at the presentation of the Irani Prime Minister when he was giving a speech at Columbia. So it was really, really interesting experience and a great challenge to be there. I was doing research at the Lampas Center for Sustainable Energy, which is an Earth and Environmental Engineering department of Columbia University. And it was really a big challenge for me, because I'm in the University of Economics in Hungary, and I ended up in the engineering department. And I'm doing carbon trading, but I'm looking at the system from an economic point of view. And what they were doing there is the same topic and the same research, but they are looking at it from the engineering point. So they are researching methods how to capture carbon dioxide from the air and to put it under the ocean and under the earth. And so I was conducting research there, and I wasn't enrolled in a program. I had the opportunity to audit classes. That means to just sit in and listen to classes without getting credits or grades for that. And as I was the only economist in the department when they got a contract from PepsiCo, from the big multinational company, to do a carbon footprinting analysis, and they needed an economist to lead the project. I was there, and then that's how I got the job opportunity. The only unfortunate thing was that the IIE, who is the representative of Fulbright in the US, they didn't really make it easy for me to make the opportunity happening, and I was working for them, and I was trying to get involved in the project, but I couldn't continue after the scholarship ended. The Vienna Regional Seminar I took part in San Antonio, it was really interesting. It was about the elections in the US, and we had a mock election. We were divided into groups of Democrats and Republicans and Independents, and we really made an election. It was really fast-paced and diverse, and I really liked the opportunity to meet people from all over the world. It was really interesting. And the third thing which came out of my time in New York, in the US, was that I felt that in Hungary, if I want to speak to a professor, it's really not easy. I really have to make an appointment and try to meet with him. But in the US, if you just write an email to anyone, they reply in a day or two. And all the research I've been doing, a name came up, a professor from MIT, and I contacted him about maybe doing research with him. And the next day he replied that they have a research program exactly on the same topic what I'm doing my PhD in, and that they need someone from Eastern Europe to take part in that, because no one is focusing on Eastern Europe. And so that's how I got into this international research program, and I was attending conferences and giving presentations and working papers with them. And he became the foreign advisor for my PhD, and that's really made my PhD become easier, because they made a data retrieval program also. So I really feel that spending this 10 months in the US has changed my life, because you just asked Krista if that made a change. And now from January I got a job offer at Cambridge in the UK. So I think I wouldn't have gotten it if I didn't spend that much time in the US.